So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. So guys, Bob Arum says that Pacquiao needs a Crawford blockbuster. GG's way too big. This is what Bob Arum said. Golovkin is ridiculous. It's way too heavy. Golovkin can probably not make a weight lower than 160. So Manny will be giving him 20 pounds. Golovkin is way too big for Manny. It's going to be a blockbuster just like Manny's big fights in the past. He's talking about obviously Crawford and Pacquiao there. Well, it depends right now. It's difficult to make arrangement for big fights because we don't know when they will allow spectators. But again, once I clarify this up, I'll go ahead and try to make that fight, finish it up, because I think it will be an interesting fight after the pandemic. That's Bob Arum. So Bob Arum's obviously against GGG Pacquiao. Of course he's going to be against it because he wants to make Crawford and Pacquiao. Whether I think he might have some truth to what he's saying about GG being too big, that's irrelevant. I think Bob Arum's obviously saying that because he has no input in the Golovkin fight, and he wants to make a Crawford fight, which obviously he will have input, and he's giving Crawford a fight, and obviously it'll be a big money fight. It'll be a biggish money fight for Crawford, and obviously Bob Arum's really struggled to get fights for Crawford, so he knows that by putting Manny in there with Crawford, he's getting Crawford a big money fight. What do I make of this? Listen, I do think a Manny Crawford fight is obviously more realistic. However, I do think GGG and Pacquiao is becoming possible. There's a lot of people in boxing talking about it. However, Manny's strength conditioning coach said that he's not for it, and he thinks it won't happen in this lifetime. But in terms of Terence Crawford, I understand Bob Arum's in a corner right now. He needs a fight, and he needs a big fight for Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford's got nowhere to go. They're talking about Kell Brook. They're talking about Ugas. I don't think Bob Arum wants to put Crawford in those fights with those guys, because I think he's thinking that, you know what, Crawford looked vulnerable in against Kavaliauskas. I need to get him a big fight. I need to get him into the big fights right away. And these welterweights, it's a very stand-packed division, and a lot of these fighters are very good. You don't want to get unstuck. And so I think Bob Arum wants to get Crawford in that big fight right away. He wants to get Crawford in a huge fight against Spence and Manny Pacquiao. Is it a blockbuster like Bob Arum says? Possibly. It's possibly a big fight. We know that Crawford's pay-per-view numbers have been terrible. He's not a pay-per-view fighter. He hasn't got a big audience. He hasn't got a big fan base, or he hasn't got a fan base around him where they get behind him. Unfortunately, I don't know why Crawford doesn't have a huge fan base. He's a great fighter. Pound for pound, I've got him as one of the top three. BoxRec, however, got Crawford down to number 6. But it's a fight that Crawford needs. Crawford needs a big fight. Crawford needs a meaningful fight in the welterweight division. Now, fighting Brook, for me, is a dangerous fight, but I don't think Crawford gains anything from beating Brook. That's the problem. Whereas I think, obviously, a Pacquiao's world champion. He becomes a unified champion. He'll have more say on the negotiation table with Spence. It's a fight that I think we need. Listen, what we need to see an undisputed welterweight champion. I've said that I think Spence and Crawford should fight first. However, if that fight can't be made between Spence and Crawford, I would love to see Manny Pacquiao v Terence Crawford. I just want to see big fights. I just want to see big fights now. I'm frustrated with being starved of seeing big fights, them being drawn out and just not happening. I want to see big fights. And Manny Pacquiao v Terence Crawford's a big fight. It's an intriguing fight. I would love to see it. For me, I give the edge to Pacquiao. But again, Crawford's a good fighter. Who knows? He might upset the apple card. He might beat Pacquiao. And then he beats Pacquiao, he'll get a lot of credit, a lot of respect. Or for me, especially, I'll give him respect and credit, because I'm not going to be one of those guys that if he beats Pacquiao, will say Pacquiao was over the hill 42, because Pacquiao just beat Thurman. So I'll give Terence Crawford a whole heap of credit if he beats Manny Pacquiao. I don't think he will, but again, that's got nothing to do. If he does pull it off, I will give him his full props. That's if he beats Pacquiao or Spence, I'll give him his props, right? So this is a fight that should be made if Spence and Crawford can't be made next. Pacquiao and Crawford should be made. It's a good fight. It's a big fight. It's a good fight for both. You know, I make Pacquiao the 60-40 favorite. Some people might make Crawford the 60-40 favorite. But at the end of the day, it's a fight that we want to see. It's an intriguing matchup. It's a great fight. It's just a special fight. So let's make it happen. Let's hope it happens. And that might be the defining fight for Terence Crawford. We finally get to find out how good he really is. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Let me know what you think. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.
I want to thank you all for me reaching 7,000 subs. I appreciate your support. Guys, as you can probably see from my channel art, I have recently started Patreon and Blogger. If you were to click on this icon here, it will take you to my Patreon page, and I just want to take you through my Patreon page. So at the minute, I've got 2 options. Hopefully, I will increase this if my Patreon grows. But at the minute, I've got one option, which is $1 a month fan donation, which will obviously help me produce better quality content on YouTube and faster for you guys. And I've got another option of $3 a month for 2 live streams a week discussing boxing with myself. You guys will get to speak to me face to face. And I'll take you to my boxing blog. So if you were to click on this B sign here, it will take you to my boxing blogs, which is this page here. And all you have to do is click on here, and that will take you to my boxing blogs where you can see all my different articles that I've wrote. So as you can see, I've wrote 6 articles about different topics. So if you want to click on one of my articles, all you got to do is click on this, and it will take you straight to the article, and you can read it, and you can then go back and read the others if you would like. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd just highlight this to you. So make sure to read my articles. Make sure to subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested. And guys, I thank you for your support. I thank you for me reaching 7,000 subs. Guys, I'm out.